name is Sasha. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have my November book haul for you. It is all the books that I acquired in November, and it is quite a lot. I'm not sure how many there are. I will probably count them after I do the video. Some are from the Black Friday book outlet sale, and some were from my library thrift shop store, and one I got just off of Book Depository because I wanted it. So I'm going to start with the ones that I got from Book Outlet. The first one that I got was All That Remains, a renowned forensic scientist on death, mortality, and solving crimes by Sue Black. This I got because I've heard really good things about it on BookTube, and I've also just am a big CSI kind of fan, and I like Caitlin Doty on YouTube. She works in a morgue. Anyway, this is kind of about death and what happens after you die, and what happens to your body after you die, and that's really interesting to me. So I got this. Then I got For the Record by Charlotte Huang, and I got this because it says it's a book about a band, and that is really a buzzword for me. It's about Chelsea, who wants to be a rock star, and she's on a TV singing show, but gets kicked off, and then gets a call, and they want her to be the lead singer for a band named Melbourne. And so she's on this tour bus with these three guys who don't like her for some reason, and she's playing in sold out shows, and then she starts dating this guy who skyrockets her fame, but she has feelings for the bassist of the band. I don't know, but it's a contemporary. It sounds really good, so that's why I got it. Then I got The Deepest Roots by Miranda Acevedo, and this is about a town where these girls are all born with certain gifts, and it's about three girls, Rome, Lux, and Mercy, and something is happening with them. I'm not entirely sure what it is, but I really liked the cover. I thought it was gorgeous, and I've heard, when I was watching BookTube in around like 2018, I heard some things about this, and I heard that it was really popular, so I decided to check it out. And I got The Meaning of Birds by J. Robin Brown. J. Robin Brown wrote a book that I really liked called Georgia Peaches and Other Forbidden Fruit, and this is a female-female romance. Unfortunately, it's about how one of the girls dies, which I'm really not a fan of, but I thought I'd try it out anyway, just because J. Robin Brown wrote the book that I liked, and so I got it, and I'm hoping that it's good. I just really like this cover. I think it's gorgeous. Then I got We Eat Our Own by Kea Wilson. This is about this famed director who decides to put his next film in a town in Colombia, and this American actor gets there, and everything is really off. Like, the townspeople are upset, there's guerrilla fighting going on, and it's based on this film that I think it was called Cannibalist. It's a movie about cannibalism, and that movie always intrigued me, even though I've never seen it, because I've heard that it's incredibly graphic. It was made in the 70s, and for the time it was one of the most shocking films that was out. And so this is kind of based off that, and that's kind of why I got it. And also, We Eat Our Own just sounds like really good. Next, I got one that's probably been pretty popular on BookTube, and that is Small Spaces by Catherine Arden. I really enjoy Catherine Arden's writing. I'm like halfway through The Bear and the Nightingale, but I think this is one of her first middle grade books. It's about Ollie, who finds a woman crying by a river about to throw a book into the river, and Ollie snatches the book and runs away. And Ollie starts reading this book, and it's about this girl and two boys who loved her and a deal that was struck with somebody called the Smiling Man. And the next day, Ollie is on a field trip and goes to a farm run by the woman whose book they stole. And then Ollie finds the graves of the people who were in the story, and creepy things keep happening, and it just sounds really creepy and cool, and I can't wait to read it. Then I got a copy of one of my favorite books, The Female of the Species by Mindy McGinnis, and it was signed. Like, I didn't even expect it to be signed, but it's signed. I was so happy when I found that. This is one of my favorite books, and it's not for everybody. There's a huge warning for sexual assault and rape culture, because it talks about that very, very much, like, very heavily. But it's about, I can't believe I have to look to see what it's about. It's about Alex, and her older sister gets murdered, and she decides to take revenge on the guy who did it, and afterwards, the town is kind of haunted by the death of her sister, and Alex kind of has to deal with this, like, mounting tension in the town around what she did and what happened to her sister, and it's just so good, and you should definitely read it. Next, I got a physical copy of The Afterlife of Holly Chase by Cynthia Hand. I am reading this on audiobook. It's a buddy read with Stephanie from Miss Richard Reads, and I'm enjoying it a lot. It is about Holly, who is not a very nice person, and she gets visited one night by the ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future, and she doesn't listen to them, and she dies. And so she goes to work for Project Scrooge, which is the project that tried to change her life, and she tries to change other people's lives so that they don't suffer the same fate as her. And then one day, the Scrooge that they are going to try to change the life of, they're going to try and change the life of, turns out to be a boy she's very interested in. And it's really good so far. I'm reading it, like I said, on audiobook, and I really like the narrator. But I'm going to try to read some physically because I don't have a lot of time to read on audiobook. So yeah, I'm glad I got a physical copy of this. Next, I got In Her Skin by Kim Savage. This is about a girl named Jo who decides she's going to impersonate a girl who's been missing for a very long time. And she moves into this household, and things are very strange. She gets welcomed, but there are secrets that she didn't expect to be hidden. And it sounds very thrillery, and I hope it's good. Next, I got The Sacred Lies of Minnow Bly by Stephanie Oakes. And I got this because I saw the word cult, and cult is another one of my buzzwords. And this is about Minnow, who lived in the Kevinian cult. I don't know what that is, but she gets out of the cult, and she's in juvenile detention, and something prompts her. An FBI investigator approaches her to make a deal to tell about all the things that happened in the cult. And so I got it because cults. I'm obsessed with cults, and I'm really excited to read this. Next, I got one that I know nothing about, and that is The Book of Dust, which is Volume 1 of La Belle Sauvage, and it is the follow-up trilogy, I believe, to his Dark Materials, which I plan to reread soon. And I just heard that, and I'm like, yep, I gotta get it. Then I got this beautiful copy of Once and Future by Amy Rose Capetta and Corey McCarthy. I think this is a queer Arthurian retelling, and that's like everything I want. So I got this, and it's gorgeous, and I can't wait to read it. Next, I got another book about bands, because, like I said, it's a buzzword for me. And this is about three friends, one of whom becomes an alcoholic. and they kind of get estranged. And then the 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 like battle of the bands basically is coming up, and one of the girls doesn't think she'll win, but she wants to get the band back together, and that's like such a good trope. I love that trope, getting the band back together. And so I thought I'd pick this up, and hopefully I like it. I got The Sisterhood by A.J. Granger, and I believe this is another cult book. This is about a girl whose sister goes missing, and years later she sees a girl on the side of the road, and she thinks it's her sister, but it's not. It's a girl who says she's from something called the Sisterhood of the Light, and this girl looks banged up, and the girl, what's her name? Lil, whose sister went missing, is very suspicious and decides she wants to take care of this girl. And that sounds really, really good. And the name, The Sisterhood, I love sisterhoods, but I believe this is a bad sisterhood. So we'll see how it goes. I'd really like to get to this soon. Then I got Nothing Happened by Molly Booth. And basically what I know about this book is that it's a female-female romance and a retelling of Much Ado About Nothing, Shakespeare's Much Ado About Nothing. And I was like, yep, gotta get it. So I did. I got The Dust of 100 Dogs by A.S. King. I saw Books and Lala talk about this on her channel. And the idea of a pirate being cursed to live as a dog for like 100 years and then live as an American teenager and just like try to get back to her life as a pirate sounds so good. And I'm really hoping that I like this. And the last book that I got from Book Outlet is Fireworks by Katie Cotugno. This is my first Katie Cotugno book. I've heard good things, and this is about two girls in 1990s who they audition for a girl group, and well, one of them auditions for a girl group, the other one just gets discovered, and they make it into this girl group, but things start to crumble between them as the days of like grueling practice go on, and it's just like girl group bands, like all of that will get me to read a book. So all you need to do is write a book about a band and I will read it. So I got this. Next is a book that I've already shown you, and that is The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. I opened this up in my Kaboomathon reading vlog, which I will link here or here. I don't really remember. And it's just so gorgeous, and I'm so happy that I got it. Although I'm thinking about ordering a Waterstones exclusive edition because I'm crazy. And I think I have unlimited amounts of money. Yeah. Hopefully I will get some sense before then. Next are books that I got from my library's thrift store. First off, we have something that was from Oprah's book club. It's called Where the Heart Is by Billy Letts, and this is a book that has been on my TBR for literally like 10 years, and it's because I first watched the movie with Natalie Portman, and it's, what's her name? She's Nova Lee is pregnant at like 17, and she has her baby in Walmart, and this whole town decides to take care of her and her baby, and it's just a really touching movie, and I've always wanted to read the book, and so I'm thinking about doing a reading the 5 oldest books on my TBR thing that everybody else does, so that I can read this. Then I got Everything I Never Told You by Celeste Ng. I've seen this circulate on BookTube for a long time, and as far as I know, it's about this family's daughter who dies, and yeah, that's all I know about it. But I've heard a bunch of people read it on BookTube, and I think they liked it, so I saw it in the store, and I was like, might as well just get it, so I did. Then I got one that was recommended by Zoe from Zoe Reads, and that is The Snow Child by Ewan Ivey. And this is about these two people who really want a child, and one day they find a child in the snow, I think, or made of snow, and she just said that it was a really good Christmassy read, and I mean, I'll probably pick up anything she recommends, so I picked this up when I saw it. And was one I was really, really excited about, because I got it for $5, and it was brand new, and that is Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. Oh, it's so pretty. Ooh, look at it. And it's like barely damaged. It's still got the sticker for $5 on there, but I'm so excited to have this and to get to it soon, because Secret Societies, another of my buzzwords. Next, I got The Girl with All the Gifts by M.R. Carey. I know that the movie came out about this not that long ago. It's about this like dystopian world where children with superhuman gifts are put in like schools, and that's all I know, I believe. But the movie looked really good, and look at that cover. That's so cool. Like, of course I'm gonna read it. Next is one I picked up because of Scott from Book Invasion. I saw his review of Meddling Kids by Edgar Cantero, and I saw the cover, and look at how gorgeous that cover is. And I know it's like Scooby-Doo inspired, and that like really excited me because I love Scooby-Doo. And so I thought I'd pick this up. It's set in the 90s. There's teen detectives. Like, that's everything I want in a book. So that's why I picked this up. Then I saw With Malice by Eileen Cook. And I know nothing about this book, but I've seen it, like, it's gotten like a lot of acclaim, I believe. And it's also just one I've seen on BookTube before. So I decided to pick it up, and I'm hoping it's good. I think it's like a girl goes to Italy, and she gets in an accident, but it might not be an accident. It's like, you know, the Amanda Knox story? That's what the back kind of reminds me of, is the Amanda Knox story. So that case always intrigued me because I could never tell who was telling the truth and like who was lying. So I got this. Then I got The Gunslinger by Stephen King. This is a nice and small. It's about, what is this about? I have no idea. But it's the first in the Dark Tower series, and I love Stephen King, even though some of his books kind of disappoint me. Pet Sematary. And so I'm excited to read this. Then I got a copy of Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte, and I don't know anything besides this by Emily Bronte, and I like Emily Bronte. Then I got Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. I just wanted a physical copy of this for my own collection, and I'm thinking of starting a collection of editions of Pride and Prejudice, and I haven't been able, I know I've said that I'm like halfway through the audiobook, but I haven't been able to listen to the audiobook because of reasons, and so I think I'm going to read the rest of it physically. But I just love this book so much. It's like becoming one of my new like favorite books. So, yes. That is all the books I have for you today. I am already getting a bunch of ones from December. Hopefully I'll have like a Christmas book haul. Or hopefully not. I really need to not buy a bunch of new books when I have books that I should already be reading. But I hope you enjoyed. Comment down below if you'd like to buddy read one of these books, or if you read these books and you really liked them, or if you hated them. I'd be very interested if you hated any of these books. But that's all from me for now, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!